What up, bitch? Welcome to the advanced course. So I know you guys have been waiting for this, and it's totally crazy. I literally just today posted that I wasn't going to do this anytime soon, and then something came up that totally inspired me to simply do it now. Um, the advanced course, I have a lot of notes. This is going to be just kind of a whatever course. I may even pluck things out of my various podcasts, and who knows what I'm going to do with this. I'll put the date on each video as best I can. So right now we are at March 1st, 2023 at 8:19 p.m. Now keep in mind, we launched the original Contract Killer course back in July 2nd of 2022. So we are not even 1 year later, and look at all that's happened, right? I'm going to go over stats, and we're going to go over a whole bunch of other things just to kind of show you guys how far we've come and where we're going. Because I think that a lot of the people that are going to be involving themselves in this course are going to just love all this information. But so first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody because, I thought this thing was going to be big, but I didn't think it was going to be anything like this. Totally crazy. I mean, by the time I finished the course and released it, I didn't even have a logo. A lot of things on the website hadn't been fully filled out. So many different avenues of different things that has happened since that time period. I started doing tons of shows, tons and tons and tons of shows, and I've been on, I don't know, I think I've got probably 10 or 12 shows booked right now, and then I've probably done and completed, I don't even know how many shows, probably 10 or 12, and we're going to cover all the different things on this. This is just going to be the introduction. This is going to be a recap of everything that we've done, everything that we've gone through. I'm going to go over some of my material and go through my website and go through a lot of different things and just make sure you didn't miss anything. Make sure that you're on the same page. Make sure that you're ready for the advanced course. This advanced course is going to be advanced. I'm going to already assume you already know everything from my website and from the Contract Killer course. Like I said, I may plug some things in here from different podcasts. I may plug entire podcasts in here. I just did a podcast on land patents and mortgage discharge. That's really cool. I might just plug that in here as an entire day. This thing is just going to be whatever, and I'm just going to maybe just release it with whatever and just kind of add to it as we go. And I'm not sure. I have a whole shitload of notes that I'm going to be going through to the best of my ability. But I may not release certain things right now. I may hold off and release those things later. And but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get going on this thing. I know one of the things that everyone wants to see so fucking badly is my newest Amex conditional acceptance. It's a fucking beast. That's probably, I may just shoot literally just a couple videos, this one, and then just release this thing. And then I'll go from there. No idea. No idea how it's going to go down. That might be what I do. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But that will be probably the second video, most likely, will be the conditional acceptance MX breakdown, because it's something happened with that specifically that kind of caused me to want to even do this advanced course right now. So with that said, let's get into it. The first thing I want to do is tell you to go fuck yourself. Just kidding. Not kidding. But the first thing I want to do is just go through, to start going into the advanced course, you should have already done some of the basic things. You should have already done the revocation of election. You should have already done W-8-BEN if you're employed by an employer. You should have already done your passport, or at least have it scheduled, something along those lines. You should be able to write basic letters and stuff like that, basic things, basic conditional. I mean, ideally, if you can write a conditional acceptance, that's pretty fucking good. Even if it's like shit, like I don't care. if you've written anything to anyone and like even got a response, even if it was go fuck yourself, like that's pretty good in my opinion. I'm not expecting you to be able to handle massive credit organizations and do all sorts of crazy shit, but you should have a really good basic grasp of all this stuff. You should have already taken some action in different areas. This is an advanced course, so it's the whole point is it's supposed to be advanced, which I know might be shocking, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through my website and we're going to make sure that you guys are tracking with all the different sections of my website. And then we're going to go through some statistics of where we've come since July 2nd of 2022. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into that now. So we're going to go to down here. And the first thing I want to show you guys is this bad boy right here. So we have, this is the graph of where we've gone since that time. So this is when I released the course right here. This is March 14th of 2022. This is when it was just the theory page and the resources page, and there wasn't like a ton of shit like there is now. And then right here, July 2nd, right at the beginning of July, is when I released the Contract Killer course. And then obviously since that point, you can see that we've gone into the stratosphere with this last month of February of 2023, which just ended, being an absolutely insane jump, almost doubling, damn near doubling where we were in January. And we don't see that slowing down anytime soon. Just so you're aware, this is the unique visitors, and then we have page views here. You can see it's a similar graph. Bounce rate has been pretty much steady most of the time. And then visits, which is different than unique visitors, has the same kind of graph, right? Wanted to show you that. This is the email. You can see here we have 14,285 contacts, but only 13,883 of them are subscribers. And 15,000 people. This is just recently, I believe. I don't think this is the whole thing. We've probably had maybe 20. I've probably cleaned, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 or 13,000 people off the list because they weren't really interacting too much with the stuff. So this is a really, really solid number. I get probably around 55% open rate on my emails. So it's pretty amazing. About half the people on this list are engaged on a regular basis, which is really cool. I do appreciate that. That's amazing. As for the videos, this is the statistics on the videos that we've had. This is from July 2nd of 2022, which is the release date, all the way up through February 28th, 2023. And the overall, we've had 82,000 views, 15,000 unique viewers, 28,000 finishing an entire video. The city with the most views is my hometown here of Los Angeles, California. Most views by device. We have a lot of people viewing on their phone. That's the highest by far. And then the second highest is the desktop at 18,000. This is the most fascinating statistic of all, in my opinion. We have total time watched. So as of today, if you were to add up all the time that everyone has spent watching these videos, we're at 3 years, 195 days, 10 hours, 40 minutes, 52 seconds. And the average video duration time that's viewed is 22 minutes, 29 seconds. So that's amazing. Absolutely incredible statistics that we have here. Can't thank you guys enough for all of that. And just absolutely amazing how far we've come. This is basically out the gate. It's been July 2nd, so that would be 6 months, 7 months, about 8 months. We've built all this from absolutely nothing to this in 8 months. And at the rate this is going, it's about ready to become real freaking crazy, real fucking fast. So I wanted to show you guys some of this. And then the next thing I wanted to do with you guys is I wanted to go through the website and just make sure that you guys are tracking with all the new stuff. There might be some changes to this as we go, but I do want to just kind of walk you through this. There's so many things. There's so much to look at, so much content, so many fun things that you can look at. And I just want to take a moment to go through all this. There might be more shit here later by the time someone actually sees this, because I'm probably not going to reshoot this anytime soon. But I wanted to show you some of the things. So here is one of my books that I wrote. This is all about sales and marketing and how to set up sales and marketing systems that don't suck, and that you can click here and it'll take you to an Amazon. You can purchase the book in ebook format or paperback format if you want. It's all about how to basically set up marketing and sales systems in a company where the system itself does most of the work. We don't really need to sweat too much. It's pretty badass. I do it with everything I do. My free course is literally part of this book. This book is how to put together a free course, how to use it. So everything you see on my website and everything I do came from this book. This book was written a while ago before I did all my stuff. This is from before One Stupid Fuck, so you can check that out. Bio page, best picture on the fucking planet here in Mankini with two girls, beautiful girls. We got some new videos on here. I got a gnoming video, a couple gnoming videos. We got a video of a buddy of mine getting drunk and going off because his girlfriend broke up with him here. Some music that Joe and I made. This is another song from like 10 years ago when Joe and I were doing some stuff together. Here's some dope ass pictures for all you girls to, do stuff to yourself with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, girls? Yeah, what's up? And yeah, that's the same onesie that I'm wearing right now for you guys. We've got that. We've got my Love is a Battery book. This one is all about love, sex, and romance and how it relates to electricity and batteries and the flow of energy. And it's pretty fascinating. A lot of it came out of a lot of my marketing studies. Okay. That's available on Amazon, clicking here in paperback and ebook format. This is my theory page. You guys are familiar with this. This is what the basis of my entire course was, the Contract Killer course. As you can see, I added, if you haven't seen this in a while, I added Black's Law dictionaries for download all through here. And whenever I update anything, just so you guys know, there's a lot of information on this that's been updated since the Contract Killer course. And you can see here at the top, here is when it was first posted, which is 3/14/2022, and then when it was last updated, which is 2/12. It's been a while since I updated this one. But mind-blowing stuff. If you haven't read this in a while, or you haven't read this since doing the Contract Killer course, I do recommend. I try to make it easier and easier and easier to read all the time, because I do realize that it was a lot for a long time, and some areas of it didn't really have a good breakdown of certain things or good case law, and I'm so happy with the state of this thing right now. Man, I've read through this thing, I'm not kidding, hundreds and hundreds of times. And I think it's in such a beautiful state right now. It's almost to the point where I'd be willing to like publish it in a book or something. It is basically a book. I'm not going to publish it in a book because it is a live document that I may adjust at some point in time. But me having not adjusted this thing in over 2 weeks is pretty wild. I don't think that's ever happened. So check it out. Definitely reread it if you haven't in a while. State National Resources. So you got a lot of really cool things on here that I don't think you guys are fully aware of. Did want to cover some of this stuff too. The first thing is a step-by-step guide for somebody who's either finished reading the theory page or finished the Contract Killer course. Some of this stuff is a little bit older, but it should all still be good. I haven't really done a whole lot to this in a long time. I've done almost all this myself. So I actually, point number, point number 10, which is where you get your, you do a FOIA request essentially. And point number 11, after you get your passport. I'm actually in the process of this. So they sent me some of my stuff, And then they said that they wouldn't send me the rest of it because of privacy laws. They said because the clerk's name is on the information, but they sent me info on how to do an appeal. And I just followed the instructions on how to do the appeal. So I'm actually in the process of doing an appeal on this whole process right now to get my entire folder sent to me. Easy, super easy. Just do it exactly as I state here. We have a land patent video. We just did that. I haven't had a lot of information on that until just now. Here's additional resources. A lot of these are like big data dumps. We have MCO store. Just some random rabbit holes that I haven't had a chance to really dig down that I will at some point in time. This is really important. This section here. This is a breakdown of Title 18. So I read through all of Title 18 for you guys, and I basically found every single thing that could be of value for you guys in terms of liens or any sort of laws that might have been broken. And I took them and I rewrote them in really, really simple language. So you don't need to be reading through Title 18. I mean, you can if you want to. You should. It's cool. But I just thought it's simple. And then I made up financial damages for each one. These are manufactured. The amount of time in prison is not manufactured. That actually comes from the actual thing, but the financial penalties are manufactured by me. And I just manufactured them based off of how serious the prison sentence was, essentially, right? So we have traveling. The first section is general. Then we have traveling. Then we have internationally protected people, nationals. Special notes that you have to have in order to even use these that are really important. I put those in here. Police-specific, mail, financial, government employees, slavery, indentured servitude, forced labor. Put notes. There's a lot of notes. Here's definitions that are really useful. If you've been looking for some definitions and you can't find them, chances are they're here. I add to this all the time. This is something that I add to quite a bit because this is sort of like my pre-organization area for anything that may possibly go into the theory page in the future. I'm just not sure where. A lot of really, really good definitions that we've located from all over the place that people send me that I've seen. Okay. Here's some sections of code that are really useful. If you're ever just kind of looking for certain sections of codes that you may not know where to look, you might find it here. Okay. And there's some notes on what each one means and how you can use it. Okay. And I think the last part is just random shit. Various useful quotes, case law, and Bible verses. Okay. For those of you who have tried to read the website before, you notice that the top bar kind of stays with it as you're scrolling down. You might have found that kind of annoying. I did turn that off, so that's now off. My public notice page, this is all about just me and communicating what I'm doing and communicating various case laws, and then my dictionaries in here and a bunch of other shit. So this is really useful if you're looking to just kind of see where I'm at and all the different sections and all the different things that I'm talking about in terms of what I am and what I'm not, just eliminating any possibility of any assumptions. And you can get ideas for yourself off of this for a public notice as well. Obviously the Contract Killer course, you know all about that. Here is a fan art and submissions page. So what you guys might not realize is this page goes on and on and on and on and on with all sorts of successes, all sorts of funny shit, feet pics, cucumber pics, hilarious photos, goofy photos. It just goes on and on and on and on. There's some really heartfelt stories in here. Really interesting stuff. People make me cute little things, or they make me pictures, or they draw things for me, or they send me pictures of their feet, or memes, or like pictures of them gagging on a fucking cucumber, or like this sexy ass bitch right here wearing my bikini. All sorts of shit. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's pretty awesome. I add to this constantly. I add to this on average, I'd say like 2 to 3 times a day I'm adding to this. This changes multiple times a day. Now all I do is just add shit to the bottom. So it's all the same until you get to the very bottom. And then this part is what I add to, right? And you can see we've been getting a lot of titles recently. That's been the big thing, car titles. Just endless amounts of car titles, okay? So I wanted to go over that with you guys. Make sure you knew that was there. Here's a podcast section. So this is not the podcast that I do on my show. This is podcasts that I'm doing on other people's shows. Okay. And I have the show. I have a little introduction as to what the show's all about. And then I have the video or the Spotify or the whatever. Right. And there's the date. That way you guys can follow the dates. Okay. And, oh, wow. Well, that one's gone. I'll have to replace that one. Okay. All this good stuff. Okay. Now, if you want to see my personal shows, you click on this. This is the YouTube channel. And here's where all of my personal shows are at. And you can see we've had quite a few views, starting to get a lot of views. I mean, God, I remember when 100 views was a lot. It's kind of funny. That's the podcast section. Application to work with me. If you have a big-ass, massive monster fucking project that's changing the world and you want to let me know about it and see if I'm interested in working with you on it, which I'm probably not, to be honest with you, because I'm mainly just trying to stick with my research, you can fill this out and send it to me, okay? And then here is the Cucumbers Law Dictionary. This is the first edition, and it's an affidavit novation. If you guys aren't familiar with what I'm doing with that, you can watch the video here, and then you can click here, and it'll pull up the file. You can see there's all these cool people looking at this file right now. Okay, and you change that. You watch the video here, and I describe how you can use that, and super awesome, super useful affidavit. And let's see, what else did I wanted to go over with you guys on this introduction? Don't know when the course will end. Don't know if it ever will. One of the things I wanted to go over with you guys here is the angle of the camera is going to be better on this one. I know it was kind of weird and gay, and on the last one it was like way over there. I kind of liked it because I like the whole flag to be in the picture, but I have this is going to be way easier to look at. I may even use a digital whiteboard. I don't know yet, but I'm going to make it easier for you guys to see the whiteboard. I know that was kind of a problem, but fuck you because it was free. So we will get that fixed. One of the things I wanted to talk about in this introduction is, look, I don't give a fuck what you guys do. If you guys want to fucking go off and start doing this shit for money, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you don't need my fucking permission. Like, I don't care. I want a new America. And if that means you're going to be able to do it full time by going around and doing it for people, then do it. And if you want to fucking literally, like, you could get loans for people and then just discharge the loans for them. And like, that's your payment. So if you're like, sure, I'll do everything for you and it won't cost you a dime. And they go, how in the fuck are you going to do that? And you say, you get a new loan for $50,000. You pay me the $50,000 and I'll discharge that loan, all your other shit, and I'll help you with your revocation election, and I'll do this, and I'll do that, and I'll do your passport. I'll do everything for you. Now, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. No one's going to stop you from doing that. And it ain't illegal, especially if you've already done your passport and shit. Once you've done your passport and once you've killed all your contracts, you can do whatever the fuck you want, bro, as long as you aren't hurting anybody. It doesn't matter. So the thing is that you can do whatever you want. I don't fucking care. If you haven't done your passport and you haven't killed your contracts, it's a little bit, I don't know if I'd feel personally comfortable doing all that. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I would just say probably want to do all of it for yourself first, honestly, and have success with it. Okay. When you're doing this for other people, please don't just do it all for them and not teach them anything and not have them understand any of it. That's a disaster. If anything happens or if they get any letters or if they do anything, they're going to be all terrified and they're going to run to you sweating and crying and calling you a piece of shit because you fucked up their life or something weird. Like, have them go through my course at least. Have them do something or train them a little bit on some of this stuff. That way they can actually at least somewhat kind of stand on their own 2 feet if something happens. Like, they don't need to be the greatest thing in the world, but it's like, don't just throw these people to the fucking wolves, bro. Like, it's not really very productive. Okay. Every single thing that anyone's doing, whether it's a plumber, whether it's this, whether it's that, banking, the manufacturing of automobiles, telephone connections, everything. And you're starting to see this from, I think it's like Trump Jr., whatever the fuck his name is, needs to be rebuilt in the fucking republic. Everything. The government needs to be rebuilt. The fucking assemblies need to be rebuilt. All these industries need to be rebuilt. They're making fucking trucks now that if you don't pay the stupid ass payments, which can just be discharged, the truck will just drive itself back and repo itself. It'll just self-drive itself back to the fucking repo station. Okay, like we don't have time to like fuck around, bro. Like if you just you can make whatever you want in the Republic and the de jure. You can make any industry, create your trust. We're going to be going over trusts in this. Okay. Trusts are pretty simple. Piece of paper, someone signs it into existence, and then boom, now you have a trust. And you can go get a bank account by getting an EIN number. Super easy. I'll teach you how. But everything has to be rebuilt in the Republic. So there is no, the way I look at it in my head, you don't have any competitors. Nobody can compete with you. You don't pay fucking taxes, for fuck's sake. You don't have any EPA. You could build cars in the private, no EPA, no government overview, no nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing, bro. No taxes, nothing. Like 80%, 90% of all your overhead is gone. So even though, yes, you're just a small operation and you have to sell at a much higher price rate, you're still going to be super competitive with the huge companies. You're going to be as competitive. You're going to be like right neck and neck with BMW or Mercedes-Benz fucking day one, bro. Because yeah, you're going to have a harder time up front and you're going to have higher costs up front. But because you don't have to deal with the government, you have to deal with any of these corporations or any taxation, it's going to bring that shit way down, bro. Way down. And if you've already got the equipment and you're already off the ground in some industry, you're going to be able to price your services at such a lower price. You're not going to be charging any sales tax. So rebuilding in the Republic is it's stupid not to. I mean, you got to be fucking retarded. You just walk in and you just grab an entire industry by the ball sack. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't fucking matter. You just walk in, boom, you take over and you're instantaneously successful. It's just a marketing thing. That's all it is. Put together some cool marketing. Boom, you're now the fucking best plumber in town instantaneously. You didn't need to spend 10 years to build a fucking marketing campaign and a PR campaign to become the smell good plumber like what we have in Los Angeles. Fucking Mike Diamond. You don't need to do any of that. You can just set up shop, put together a few ads. Boom, now you're number one in town instantly. Okay? So do whatever you want. You can do this shit. You can do whatever you're currently doing in the public. You can do this shit. You can do something else. You can do whatever you want. You don't need a license from me. You don't need a license from the government. You don't need a license from anybody. You just need a license from yourself. Okay. I know people like to be cutthroat and shit. I'd rather not see that in the Republic. If there's somebody else already doing what you're trying to do, it'd be nice if people could actually play together decently well. I think we have a big enough fucking war on our hands than to have to deal with that shit. So that's another thing I wanted to go over with you guys. I may get into some theories on this course. Again, theories, okay, just so you guys know, I'm going to share again with you guys. If you want to know more about the theories, you should check out my Facebook or my YouTube channel. This is really where we do theories, okay? So you want to see theories? It's not always just theories, but this is pretty much the only place where I really put my theories. Even my theory page isn't really theories. It's just information, okay? So if you're interested in theories and breaking cutting edge information, like for example, if you go back 4 months ago and you watch this video, a lot of this stuff has changed, to be frank with you. But if you want to see the historical timeline of us going through this shit, then you can do that. And some of it hasn't changed. I'm just letting you know, like, there a lot of this is breakthroughs. We do some interviews. This is kind of all sorts of random ass shit, okay? The only thing that I'll probably put in this advanced course would be this video right here, talking about land patents. Sarah Barub Stetson talking about land patents. Super dope video. It's not theoretical. It's like hardcore as fuck in terms of exactly what you do to do a land patent and a mortgage discharge. It's so good that I don't have anything else to fucking say about it. So I'll probably just put that in the advanced course somewhere. So, I don't know what else to do. So I'll probably just put that in here as a Vimeo video. That way, if my YouTube is ever taken down or something like that, it'll still be accessible through the advanced course. But obviously, I'm going to try to keep the advanced course to as much exclusive content as I possibly can, because that's the whole fucking point, right? And I do understand that. Let's see. Not going to jerk you off. That comes as no surprise. We've already gone over that. This is going to be probably the new camera angle, something like this, so we can fix that. The course has completely changed my life. I want to let you guys know all the love and all the fun. Oh, one thing I did want to cover that I didn't cover before is for those of you who aren't aware, I actually have a fucking store. If you go to the bottom in this dumbass looking piss yellow section on my website, and you go here to the secret menu and you click on store, click here to see my store, there's a bunch of dumbass shit that I'll probably add to at some point in time. I have a cum towel, coffee mug. I have trunks for your trunk, swimming trunks. I have a fanny pack. I have a crop top for y'all sexy ass bitches. And I have a cloth cock stiffener MILF edition and a GILF edition. I believe the MILF edition is discontinued. I got an email that it was being discontinued, so I have no idea. It may or may not be. But this is a hat that you see me wearing in a lot of my videos. This is the actual original hat that I use in my videos. You might see this mug in some of my videos. It's the actual mug. It's the exact same mug. This one originally was a different color. So I changed the color on it. This is original. I wear these all the time. They're actually super comfy, and like they're made of like almost like a fucking velvety silk type material. It feels like it's obviously not. It's some horseshit Chinese crap, probably, but these feel fucking amazing, and they fit really, really nice. They don't bunch up. I don't know. I was like blown away. I thought all this stuff was going to be like trash. And I was like, yeah, give me my trash. But the hat's super fucking nice. The mug is super fucking nice. The shirts are really fucking nice. The stitching and the embroidery is amazing. The towel's pretty thin. I thought it was going to be a little thicker. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I just thought it was going to be a little bit thicker. It's dope. The trunks are insane. The fanny pack is super dope. Crop top makes your belly look sexy as fuck, turns me on. And these are crazy. I mean, I haven't had a lot of people buy these. Obviously, they're pretty wild, but they're fucking cool. They look cool. So I wanted to show you guys that I might add to this store as well, and it's not really something that I advertise too much. And if you guys go into the descriptions here, you guys are gonna laugh your ass off, because the way I wrote some of the descriptions are fucking hilarious. So we have this. We all know those days when you're about 1 hour into work and you would love nothing more than to put a shiny 45 caliber in your mouth and pull the trigger. Don't fret. I got you, boy. This mug is so fucking badass that people won't even notice that your cup is full of about 18% coffee and 82% whiskey. Secretly, you and I will know that your ratio of coffee to whiskey is just right. And then this sexy ass girl fucking holding the thing. I think it's cool. Different sizes, 11 ounce and 15 ounce. Some of these, like for example, the t-shirt, basic ass bitch t-shirt. All the information on what it's made out of and all that horse shit for all you fucking pussy ass pansy pieces of shit that can't buy anything unless it's some fucking bamboo crap. You can look here. If you have a fucking problem with any of this shit, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, don't message me. You'll just get blocked. I really don't give a flying fuck, dude. I didn't want to put a whole lot of time into this. I use a very, very simple print-on-demand service. I don't want to fuck with any of this, so I don't fuck with any of this. Just so you know, this one, I don't expect anyone to ever actually buy. That's not why it's here. It's literally here because my name in all capital letters has been trademarked, and I have to have proof that my all caps name is being used in commerce. That's all this is. So you can buy it if you want to. It's pretty fucking dumb. Obviously, if I saw you wearing it, I would have a massive fucking erection. But besides that, it's not really there for anyone to actually buy. It's mainly there for me to use as a commercial item in commerce. Okay. Okay, I forgot to tell you that. And then there's the send me a fucking message page, which you guys all know because you guys send me so many fucking messages, make me want to fucking kill myself. And we have the little submission thing here. And obviously, as it says here, if you've never signed up for my course before, then you will be signed up against your will. Okay. This is my LinkedIn, which is gay. LinkedIn is fucking retarded. Everyone like, oh, congratulations, or like, oh, what an amazing promotion, or this and that. Oh yeah, totally. Like your video is totally amazing. Like I'm so glad you posted the video. None of these people give a flying fuck about any of that shit, bro. They want to get some money. I don't even know why people are on there. Everything I see on there is fucking retarded. So LinkedIn, I don't even know why I have it. This is my Instagram, where all the hot bitches are at. I do like Instagram. A lot of hot bitches like that. And then Facebook. I like Facebook. People think I'm crazy. I like Facebook because the demographics, older demographic, which I enjoy because they can actually fucking read and they actually have more than a few brain cells usually. And not that I don't like people who are younger. Facebook, people actually read text. And like a lot of my shit is text-based. I am an author. So yeah, I have my video course, which is great. But this whole thing was born out of text and me being a writer. So that's why I have such a strong platform on Facebook specifically, right? And then obviously when the Contract Killer course was released, I didn't have this logo. You guys helped me make this logo. All my fucking badass, sexy ass fans. I'm going to have a big ass orgy with all you motherfuckers one day probably. So I have this logo here, and then we have this logo here. Right here. This is another one that won. I did a 99 Designs, and I liked that one so much, and I like this one so much that I paid extra to have to get both of them. And then I also got the one that you see on the mug, which is the third one. So I actually have 3 different logos. God, I fucking love all 3 of them so fucking much. This is my third one right here. I'll probably use them all interchangeably in the future on other merch and shit. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to show you guys that in case you wanted to fucking sport some gangster ass merch. The theory page is the best place to go if you want to get all the hottest information. And then also the YouTube podcasts. That's like beyond cutting edge. That's literally like, where are we even going to go next, basically, right? We don't know if the shit's going to work sometimes, but that's where we talk about all that kind of stuff, right? So you know, we're basically learning a martial art here. Martial meaning like war, art of war. Martial art means art of war, which is Sun Tzu. Okay, it all comes together. Okay. What we're doing is we're basically learning how to win. Like Sun Tzu even says, like, you win the battle before you go into war. That's what we're doing. We're learning how to win the battle before we even get into a courtroom. To the point where we don't even need to go into a courtroom because we already won. That is where we're headed with all of this. There isn't going to be arguments a whole lot longer. There's not going to be fighting a whole lot longer. It's just going to be victory immediately. And I know that bums certain people out, and I know that that's really upsetting for certain people who enjoy the battle of it all and the heat and the fire and the war cries. And I totally understand that. And if America wasn't so fucked up, maybe I'd be more willing to wait and buffer this a little bit with a little bit more fun and bloodshed. But frankly, we just don't have the time to fuck around with all that. So I'm just going straight in for how do we get the biggest, fastest results as rapidly as possible. Okay. There is no first, second, or third on this. There is no like, yeah, you should do your revocation of election. You should make sure you clean up all your contracts. everything from the course, from the contract killer course. Your marriage needs to get handled. Do I have to handle my marriage? Yes. I don't know how. I know there's many ways you can do it. I'm not married. I haven't tested it on anybody. I don't really know anybody off the top of my head, even to this point, that has really like gone down that rabbit hole. Okay. I've heard some things down the grapevine. I've heard you can rescind the signature on the original marriage contract and say that it's void because it was fraud, because you didn't really, there was not full disclosure of what the contract was. That's probably what I would do if I was in the situation and I wanted to move forward. Okay. Everything else, driver's license. I had a buddy of mine, Joe. You guys know Joe from my YouTube videos. He got some tickets because he hasn't cleaned up his driver's license yet. And he gave the cop a fucking passport, but they looked up his driver's license through the passport and they gave him tickets through the driver's license, which I've never heard of anyone doing that before. So I don't know. The only thing I can think of is clean up your contracts, clean up your driver's license, even though you're not going to use it anymore. Clean it up. Don't leave behind loose ends when you're doing all of this, especially if you're going to start getting into the advanced material. We're going to be getting into liens, all sorts of crazy ass shit. You want to have your house to be so fucking neat and tidy that there ain't nobody going to be able to touch you with nothing under any fucking circumstances. Okay, that's what you want. All right. Just decide on what you want to do and just do it. If you want to do a revocation of election, just do it. If you want to do a passport, just do it. Just do something, anything. And then from there, you could do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And once you just decide on one thing, it'll be easier and you'll start to create motion, and it's like momentum. It's not a big deal. Okay. There's not really necessarily, people ask me, can you do a WABEN if you haven't done this? If you haven't done that? You know what? Honestly, yeah, fuck it. Like there's not really any terrible, horrible reason why I would say don't do it. I think if you're going to do a WABEN and a Form 56, you should, within a reasonable amount of time, do your passport. That I think is important. Okay. Because you're saying I'm a non-resident alien and I'm foreign and I'm all this, and then you just leave the passport as a U.S. citizen passport. It's like kind of dumb. It's like kind of like you should, within a handful of months at least, you should get all that cleaned up. Okay. Once you clean up all your own shit, like I mentioned a lot in the first course, I would love to see you guys helping other people do it. That's how we're going to have a new America and not have this fucking beautiful country burned to the fucking ground, which is what's happening now. I learned from a lot of people who are amazing. I love everyone in this movement. Anna Von Reitz, David E. Robinson, David Straight, Christopher Hauser, people I haven't even studied their material at all. Patrick Devine. They're all fantastic. They all have the intention to help. And I usually tend to ignore or kick people out or block people who get into all that stuff too much. There's plenty of war going on. We don't need more of it. If there wasn't any war going on, then like maybe I'd be more accepting of it. It's like, all right, fine. Like you just enjoy the heat of battle, which I get, I do too. But there's no lack of it. It's like, why are you creating this? Like, bro, like we live in hell essentially. Like we don't need that shit. Like you're fucking retarded. Like fuck you, literally. Okay. For those of you who haven't seen more recent revelations, the IRS is actually actively helping us now. They are calling payroll companies and they are calling corporations that people work for and helping us get WABEN forms filled out and accepted by the employers. There's no reason to be upset at these organizations anymore, bro. Like we have the fucking dictionary, affidavit novation. We have the IRS literally assisting us in getting people to accept the WABEN. Like, as long as you follow the codes and as long as everything that we're doing is covered under the codes and we're following the codes, they'll do whatever you ask them to do. It's not that big of a fucking deal. We're on the cusp of, at this point in time, the next big thing that I'm about ready to have a breakthrough. I just released the dictionary like last week. The next big thing is we're going to be cracking coupons and negotiable instruments like permanently. And I mean like full blown, like you get a credit card and it's got infinite money on it and you can do whatever the fuck you want and it's automatically discharged every single month. That's pretty much the next thing on the conveyor belt that's coming down the conveyor belt that we're about ready to crack. I'll probably be cracking that in the next few months, 2, 3, 4 months, something like that. And I'll put it here in the advanced course. This thing is just going to be endless. Like I said before, we'll see. These companies and these corporations don't have any. 18 USC 11, the definition of foreign government. This is important, just so you guys can see. I'm gonna do this. Let me see here. Good. So to be a foreign government, it says here, includes any government, faction, or body of insurgents within a country with which the United States is at peace, irrespective of recognition by the United States. So whether they recognize you or not, if you're at peace, then you're good to go, and if you're not, then you're not good to go. Okay? When you get hostile and you freak out and you write angry-looking letters and conditional acceptances and all this kind of stuff, all you're doing is you're getting them to remove your foreign government status. You are forfeiting and sacrificing your foreign government status when you do that. And you say, why is that? Well, because you're showing that you're not at peace with the United States, which you already know what that means by now. And if you don't, you should not fucking be here if you don't know what United States means. And if you think, oh, it means all the 50 states of the Union, Brandon, you're fucking retarded. Get the fuck out of here. This course is about ready to slaughter you. Okay? It's not what United States means. Go back to the beginning. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 and jam a fucking gigantic, girthy cucumber up your pathetic asshole. Okay? So at peace, what does that peace mean? Well, the free dictionary. Let's see what does peace mean? Does peace mean like doves and shit fly out of your asshole? I don't think so. Does peace mean murdering someone outside of a liquor store? No, I don't think so. It means quiet, calm, rapport, concord, truce, lack of hostility. Look at that. Beautiful. Right there. I like that one quite a bit. Lack of hostility. Isn't that a beautiful, simple peace. Peace, my brother. Okay, peace. Where does it come from? Freedom from civil disorder. Internal peace of a nation. Peace, reconciliation, silence. That's an interesting one. Okay. Permission. Okay. Compact, agreement, treaty of peace, tranquility, absence of war. That's a good one. Absence of war. To fasten together. Okay, that's cool. A binding together. That's beautiful. It means contracted, contracted together, or happiness. Okay. Friendly relations between people. Okay, good. Spiritual peace of the heart, soul, or conscience. Freedom from disturbance by the passions. Ooh, that's a good one. Right there, look at that. Freedom from disturbance by the passions. I think that one is probably the best one I've seen so far. You're fired up. You want to save America. I do too. But freedom from disturbance by the passions. That your passions, as beautiful as they are, in my opinion, can possibly get the people you write to not see you as a foreign government. Okay? Absence or cessation of war or hostility. Let's see. There you go. It's pretty good. I think that covers it pretty well. So keep in mind, if you're at peace, doesn't matter if they recognize you or not. As per their own definition, you are a foreign government. The second you prove or show that you are not at peace through your hostile, nasty, passion-driven shit. You can have passion, the difference between, like you'll see in this newest conditional acceptance, I have a lot of passion in there, a lot of passion, right? But it's not, and frankly, if I could go back and do it again, I'd probably water down this conditional acceptance even more, which I will talk about. But there's, it's a gradient too. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting there. You get there. Okay. You get there. Maybe slowly, but surely you get there. Okay. As you learn more and as you get more comfortable and as you realize that these people don't have the intention to harm, they're just following the codes. That's it, bro. Okay. Uh, getting emotional and getting angry only comes an you do care, you do want to help, and it's being fucked with, which I do understand. Um, but you know, it just doesn't. You just lose that foreign government status doing that. Okay. Okay. I have been getting some reports that the 3 stars are technically still state nationals, which is kind of weird. There is a little bit of confusion. I've seen some people send me some videos that 1 star is the highest. I talked to James C. Lovett about that. I don't think that's true. That doesn't really make sense. I mean, what government agency do you know of where the less stars you have, the higher your status is? These people, it's like a sexual experience to add all those stars to all your shit and fucking bars and stars and all this shit, right? Plus, it just doesn't make sense. We don't think that's the case, but the 3 stars may very well be a state national level or a partial state national level. We don't know. So if you did everything just right and you're 1,000% sure and you got a 3 star, test it out. Drive around with it, test it out, and see how it goes, Okay, I think that's it for the introduction. I hope you guys loved it, and let's get this party started. We're going to go in hot and heavy. I'm going to come right out the gate, flaming fucking hot, Rambo, machine guns in both hands. We're going to go straight into the conditional acceptance, and then I'll go from there into following videos. So hope you guys are excited as I am. Get this party started hot, and I'll see you at video 2 of the advanced course. Go fuck yourself.